Hi, everyone. Thank you all for joining. I know you are a little bit upset about the market, but don't worry about that. I think we have the perfect pill or the perfect solution for your troubles. Tonight, I am with Adrian from the Clapart project. In my opinion, Clapart will change how people will see crypto, and it has a very strong chance of being up there. Now, Adrian, I'm gonna introduce a little bit, let's say, a little bit. Actually, you know what? Let's do it naturally. To be honest with you, the first time I had the pleasure to talk with Adrian. I told Adrian, "Hey, Adrian, look, I had some sort of an idea, like your project, a while back. But after discussing with the Clapart team, I understood one thing: an idea is just an idea, and that's it." The fact that they will bring this idea into, and actually they brought this idea into a reality, into let's say something touchable, is amazing. It has a chance in becoming not the top 1,000 projects on CoinMarketCap, but actually a top 100 project on CoinMarketCap. To be honest with you, I was amazed and I was very excited, and I still am very excited to have the opportunity to raise funds for this project on our Parity Seed platform. Now, Adrian, I would like a little bit of info about yourself, to present yourself to our English Heritage community, and also regarding this unique chance that we will provide the Heritage community. Let's say it a special price, attractive price. And I would like to say now Clapart is in the Heritage community. Adrian, you have the mic.
Thank you very much for having me, and thank you guys for being here tonight. I'm sure that it's a lovely day, so you have a lot of things to do, either job or leisure, but you're here, so thank you for being here. I will start with a brief presentation of myself. So I'm in the crypto space since 2013, first as an investor, but then slowly but surely I started developing idea how I want to, let's say, learn more about the blockchain technology and to start building things. And in 2017, I got this chance of starting to build projects in the blockchain space. I've been either co-founder or manager in 5 projects in the blockchain space in Romania, some of them which went global. And I've been deeply involved in the, let's say, the blockchain industry in Romania, in the crypto and blockchain space in Romania, not just by creating projects, but also as executive manager for Romanian Blockchain Association. In 2019, we made the biggest summit of the Eastern Europe, not just Romania. And it's been a hell of a ride for me. It became my career. I'm deeply in love with what blockchain can offer to the world. And last year I had an amazing opportunity. I was introduced by one of my colleagues in another project to this lovely bunch of amazing people that are my co-founders at Clapart. The other co-founders, they come from the media and entertainment segment. I'm talking about people that literally they started the post-communism industry in Romania. I'm talking about pioneers. I'm talking about people that launched entire generations of singers and bands. And by joining hands with them as the guy in charge of how we use the technology and how we create a project on blockchain, it's been a hell of a ride. And here we are today at our, let's say, first public round, because we had a private placement, successful private placement. And now we are here not just to continue raising funds for our product, but also to create an amazing community of people that will earn not just profits, but also sharing the fame of their artist. So pretty much this is a brief introduction of myself.
Great, thank you, Adrian. So for those of you who have joined the VC right now, I would like to remind you that we will give away 3,000 Heritage tokens that, of course, you can use in purchasing the Clapart token. Top 3 questions. The priority will be for those of you who will ask a question live. Now, when I said opportunity and special price, indeed, Clapart is in the Parity community, and there is a special price. It is almost 50% off from the, let's say, retail price. And this can be done and can be, let's say, purchased only via the herityseed.io platform. For those of you who don't have an account, please click on the pinned messages a little bit up. Maybe my colleagues will provide you the platform. You can go in and register an account, pass the KYC, because we are a legal project. And of course, prepare the Heritage token, BNB Smart Chain, and BUSD Smart Chain, and grab those Clapart tokens. Now, basically, Adrian, just as a flow, what will can you please tell us about just like a user flow steps when how we can invest in this piece of let me put it like the Americans, how can I invest in this action? Basically, I am buying myself some sort of stocks, like securities, right? The stocks from the artist's creation. Like, for example, I'm gonna take an international artist. He will desire to make a video, whatever, right? And he provides us like these stock options, and I purchase a piece of that action. How will can you please explain us the process?
Yes, of course. So let's say a major artist comes, and this is the lovely part, we also have emerging artists. We have from some of the biggest in the world to emerging people, artists that nobody heard about until now, but now they have the chance to shine. And this is, let's say, that the value proposition for the artist is the fact that we allow them to raise money and produce their work without having to go through all the loops and hoops of the industry to get signed with the production house and all of that. But for, let's say, the average user, for the crypto investor, the magic is the fact that, for example, if you manage to invest into the next Eminem or into the next, I don't know, the next Rihanna, you will get a huge upsell. And even if you don't, and you instead decide to invest in somebody that's well known, has current traction, then you still have some very good rates, because what's happening here at the most basic level, you're entering as a partner at their cost, but then you're sharing profits at their, let's say, margin. So this is the magic here. Let's say an artist needs $50,000 in order to produce his work and then put it on later on YouTube or Spotify, which are currently, let's say, most important digital streaming platforms. And he or she can tokenize his rights for a certain period of time, let's say let's say just for YouTube or YouTube plus Spotify. And by tokenizing their future shares from those revenues, you can buy in those tokens. You can only buy in those tokens within our app with our utility token, CLP. And once you do that, the artist goes on, he gets financed, he produces the work, he lists it. It will start producing revenues, obviously by the traditional model through ads and whatnot, promotion, and the normal ways of producing money for an artist. And through a mix of automation and very thorough legal binding contracts, we will interrogate how much money did that artist do, and we're going to automatically redistribute those money to the token holders in our platform. So it's a full circle economy, but it has, let's say, a magic trick. It's not a zero game sum. So it's not if you as the investor, you earn more, the artist loses, or vice versa. No, on the contrary. Think about it like this. If you have even 1% of your favorite artist's song, you will listen more, you will share more. That means that the total pie gets larger, because we're empowering a model, we coined it, consume art to earn. So by sharing, by gaining some of those tokens, and then later on by helping the artist gain the traffic and recognition, not only the artist, but also yourself as the investor, you will earn more and you will share in the profits and fame of the artist.
That's kind of cool because personally, I would be like, okay, so I will buy a piece of the action, but how will I know that the money the rewards will come back to me? Basically, you are taking care of everything legally, and when it comes to the flow, so I should not worry about to receive that.
It's a fully automated process, and besides being a fully automated process, one very interesting part, let's say, this is a detail that some of your, let's say, more versed investors from your community, they will immediately understand the importance. We're not just gaining, our tokens from the artist and paying the royalties back in it. What happens is that we're getting fiat money, euros, dollars, even Romanian lei. We're getting those from our artists, and we are going with our market maker into the market. We buy off the CLP in the value of those royalties, and then we redistribute our CLP to the token holders. That means that we have a continuous buying pressure, which is fully sustained by a real economy. Everybody's talking about utility and being backed by a real economy. This is literally 100% what happens when you are in Clapart, because we're talking about real money being injected into the ecosystem, and the fact that the token is continuously being pumped up by the value of those fiat money going into the economy.
I see. That's interesting. What markets will you actually, let's say, attack? I know for a fact that you have more than 200, let's say, signed artists, partner artists from Romania and from Turkey as well. What are your plans in regards to the Turkish, let's say, community, to the US market, and of course the Latin American one? Because of Romania, I think you nailed it. I mean, there is no one here that is missing from this list.
We have the biggest artist in Romania, yeah. Our plan to scale up internationally, let's say in many ways is a standard scale up procedure, but in other ways it has some unique kinks. So instead of going for the biggest markets such as the US or the biggest economies in Western Europe, we decided to look at markets which have a very big growth in both crypto investors and emerging artists or digital content overall, such as Turkey, such as Argentina, such as even countries in Africa, such as Nigeria. So our strategy is to go on markets which are both underserved and they would have a very powerful growth. And by having a very powerful growth and being underserved means that that niche is a very lucrative niche for both ourselves and our investors. This is our, let's say, scale-up strategy internationally. We're already signing up with major artists worldwide, and unfortunately, I cannot say it for now, but we have a very nice surprise prepared for Turkey, where we're going to sign with some very big artists you will see in the upcoming days.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. I know I listen to some Turkish artists myself, and I really like what they do. And hopefully the Turkish community will see the value of this specific project. Now, I'm going to share my screen just for a little bit, right? Let me share my screen just for a little bit, because I see this project as being the best. It can have one of the best marketing that crypto has ever seen before. I would not go worldwide, but at least in Europe for sure. Your project has the chance to be exposed not to 1 million people, but actually millions and millions of people, right?
But actually, if I may, Alex, actually, even just the guys that you're currently seeing now in the roster, which are some of the leading Romanian artists and content creators, they have a cumulative exposure. So their fan base in their socials, they're over 50 million people. Cumulative. Wow. Yeah.
Wow. Only these people here in the...
Only this. The idea is that the artists themselves, some of them even, I mean, all kinds of generations, all kinds of types of music, their, let's say, their exposure and the way they are going to drag their own community into becoming users for Clapart and part of our, let's say, core users, is going to be a major boost. The idea is that it's in their own interest as artists to start promoting their contribution to the project closer to the release date, because they're going to hype their own fundraise campaigns on Clapart.
Mm-hmm. I see. I've seen also some VIPs, not only music artists, but I'm pretty sure that is Katerina Ponor,
Yeah.
multiple champion in gymnastics, different levels. So you don't only have just music, or from the music industry, but you actually have VIPs from the real world. I know for a fact Katerina Ponor is known internationally due to her success in the gymnastics world. But I have this artist, which is my favorite. Can I say who is my favorite? This guy over
Yeah, of
here.
course.
I love the guy. I actually, grown with him, alongside him. But I have to ask you, because we're at the end of the day, we're talking numbers. Let's say that if I like Smiley very much and I would like to participate with, I don't know, let's say $100, right? To buy a piece of his next video, right? Do you know, or is there a possibility to know how much can I earn if I invest this specific amount of funds? Is there
Yes,
some
yes,
sort of a
yes.
ballpark? Yeah.
Yes, this is something which is going to, this is something which is already part of our product. And when I say is already part of our product, we're not here raising funds for something, some idea which is going to be in the future. Our product is already half done. So we are going to be out with our product, with our MVP at the end of October. And by doing so, by being almost done with our product, I can tell you a lot of infos about the flows. And one of the flows is the artist onboarding flow. And as part of the artist onboarding flows, there are two types of information that which you gather from the artist. If we're talking about somebody new, somebody who's now entering the market and needs the money to produce his own work, obviously there you cannot have any data. But when we're talking about Smiley or people like Smiley, you can already know how much is to be expected to make from an investment in his artworks. So you will have a ballpark estimate of knowing how much. The thing is that, as you said, we're not just doing music. We're also doing, we're also helping creators, for example, for NFT collections or for other types of art, such as painting, writing, basically every creator that needs to get some money to get going with his passion. So let's say you're a very talented artist in terms of painting. You can prove that to the community. You have some artworks which you can show to the community and showcase the fact that you're really talented and you have traction, but you did not have the money up until now to dedicate your life to becoming a full-time painter. And now with Clapart, you can do that. And once you create some artworks, and then those artworks go into, I don't know, let's say you make it big and you go into an auction at Sotheby's or other auction houses, then you will get huge upsales for your investment in that particular artist. And here, this is the lovely part. Some areas, I don't know, maybe NFTs, maybe painting, maybe music, is going to have higher yield than the other categories. Or even within the same categories, for example, in music, you will have artists doing 3x, 4x, and you will have somebody that, hit gold with the summer's next hit, next summer's hit. And with that next summer's hit, he can make 50x or even more, who knows. So it's all a game of numbers. And the lovely part is that for the first time in history, we will have a liquid market, a liquid internal market of valuation on those tokens. And here I have with a small asterisk, this is not going to be live from the first version. It's going to be live most likely in December or January next year. but you will be able to swap tokens. So you'll be able to swap Smiley's tokens, for example, with another painter or with another singer, which is amazing because depending on who's trending, you might want to invest in one or another.
That's very, very interesting. I have one thing. Actually, a colleague of mine asked me today. He's our intern, Theo. He's 16-year-old. He's very smart. And he asked me, Alex, will they actually get in touch with emerging artists from TikTok, let's say, or Instagram or YouTube? I think you already mentioned that. And I think that is, it can be a little bit more risky, but it has a greater chance, like in crypto trading, right? It has a chance to boom and to make you incredible rewards. You guys are attacking that area as well, right?
Yes, of course. So we already have in our rosters people which you might call key opinion leaders, or more colloquially, influencers. So there are some people creating different types of content which is not music in the standard sense. It's more, I don't know, funny videos on TikTok, but they have a lot of traction. And if those people, they have a clear project in mind, they want to do something, I don't know, let's say they want to go a few months in Antarctica and do TikTok with whales, I don't know. For whatever need that they have, we can finance you guys as investors. You can finance their endeavor and then reap the rewards that they might get from their project. So again, not just music, influences of different kinds. And we already have in our app the onboarding flow, which is going to be extremely simple. You will very easily be able to apply for an account as a creator. And actually, you can do that already by, if you're contacting us, you can contact on our website or even by email, however you prefer. You can get in touch with our talent acquisition team because we're continuously scouting for artists and different types of content creators.
Oh, that's great. That's great. You actually, guys, you figured out everything. I'm going to be honest. So when I heard about your idea, I could not stand a chance. But I have to say something to you, Adrian. This website, even though it is, I would say, an easy thing to say to the audience, but this website, I could see it. You guys spent a lot of time in building this, because, in my opinion, first things first, the website is translated in 4 languages: Romanian, Turkey, and Espanol. And every information is within these 4 languages. Also, the audience. I can go to let's say, the younger audience, like our intern, 18 years old, right? Maybe Gianni Olaro can reach to them, but also I can get to the much older audience, which is Mr. Zamfir, a well-renowned, I'm not sure how to say that in English, but yes,
it's a
pan flute singer, so an artist. So it is genius. And I'm going to share you guys, of course, the team behind it. Just take a look at the accumulated experience that is. Right, here's Adrian here looking very handsome. And of course, the other team members. Look at the visuals this website has been created with. Look at the details it was made. And of course, an army of people backing up this project.
Yeah, we're a team of over 30 people, and not counting the dedicated team building the tech product. But besides that, we're already 30 people. We are very proud of our advisors and obviously of the entire team. And jokingly, I mean, if we would have listed the whole team, it would have been an infinite scroll.
I know.
But yeah, we're a full
Yeah.
team. And to be honest, coming back to something which I previously said, obviously the part which is dedicated to the blockchain and product, that's a significant part of the team. But a lot of the team are people which are very well known in the media and entertainment.
Yeah, I met some of the team members. They're really professional and highly experienced. I'm gonna tell you that. Well, Adrian, I think that's it. I had these questions from the Parity team. You talked about this great project that you guys have. Now it's up to the audience to ask you live questions. By the way, you have a chance to earn 1,000 hair, top 3 questions will be selected. So if anyone has a question, please go ahead. Your microphone is unmuted, so you can ask a question live. Until then, I will try to identify some text questions. Okay?
Shoot at me.
Yeah. Yeah. Crypto Raver, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I have question.
Yeah, go ahead.
My question: most of the new investor only focus on the price of the token and the short-term benefit of the project rather than understanding the true flow of the project. Can you tell us about the motivation and benefit for investor to hold your token long term? Thank you.
I'm not sure that I fully understand the question, but I'll try to ask to my best capacity. So let's say if you're a crypto investor, but you don't want to go into knowing too much about the artist. Pretty much that was the question, right?
Yes, and how will the investor be kept connected to the project?
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, there are multiple ways through which you can earn value, which is real money, from this project, but not just by investing in the artist. Obviously, that's the main engine of our ecosystem. That's the beating heart. But we do have some other things which you can do in our community. First of all, there's staking. And thank you for this question, because I'm really proud of what we did with staking in our tokenomics. So our staking is 50%, is half of the total monetary mass generated. We're giving it back to the community. And not just giving it back for you guys to stake, but we're also giving extra advantages if you stake. So if you stake our CLP, you're getting a premium experience in the app, which means that you have lower transaction fees. It means that you can go into the fundraise of your favorite artist before other guys do. You have a special visual. You get a special treatment in many ways if you stake the coin. That's literally, you don't have to pay anything for the premium in our app. You stake for it. But the money obviously is still yours. So this is the first thing which you can do as a crypto investor besides investing in the artist. You can stake the coin. Besides staking, we already have in our communities, and we're going to keep implementing multiple ways of doing so. We have something very interesting, which is called Gleam campaigns, which is something which is used in many other projects. We have some special quests, some, let's say, things like referrals, spreading the word, resharing content, stuff like that, which we're going to reward to our most active members of the community. So there are multiple ways through which you can get invested in our project. But I think the most important right now, and the one which will bring the highest value for you as an investor, is the fact that you can invest by buying our coin. And I think that's the highest value that both we as a project and you as an investor, you can get from our collaboration.
That's great. That's great. Any other live questions?
Hi.
Tolga. Yeah. Hey, Tolga.
Hi, guys.
Hey, how are you?
Fine, and you? I hope you are okay too. Very nice project, and the Turkey part took my attention because I'm from Turkey. I couldn't find any artist on the below part of the website, but I am sure that you probably negotiate or talk with Turkish artists probably. I just wanted to ask this because I couldn't figure out the project. How can we use the project? For example, an artist, let's figure out, having a NFT based art week participation, let's say, okay, and it's maybe called a business in some cases. How can I invest that artist? Even he or she, attends a NFT-based, NFT selling art event. Could you tell me about a real example?
Yes, a real example. So we have here in Romania, I'm just going to use her an example. She's a good friend of mine, and I really admire her works. I'm going to tell you about the example of this girl, an artist, a renowned NFT creator, Tammy Lovin, it's her name. And she exposed art in New York City, in crypto conferences worldwide. And let's take her as an example. If she decides to launch a project on Clapart, that means, let's say she needs 40K to create something which was never created before, something which needs money, and she needs also her creativity, but also time and energy. She goes in the community, and then you have the chance to buy in the tokens of her future art. Let's say that the collection that she will sell, you get to earn 1% of the money that she makes, or more, who knows. And by financing her art, she then goes to, I don't know, OpenSea, Rarible, So Rare, Foundation, whatever, and she sells her art. And at that specific moment, on an automatic flow, you get 1% of the money that she gets. Actually, in the case of NFTs, it's even simpler because we can track the flow of money through the smart contract of the NFTs. So it's really simple for us to know exactly which artist made money with what. And obviously, if you have 1% of the money that they make, you get 1% of the money that they make. So this is exactly how you invest in an NFT artist on Clapart. Does that answer your question?
Yes, exactly. And I felt like, artists, produce products that consumable in short periods, and they seek for help as an investment. We
Exactly.
could help in return, and we can invest them and help them actually and get money. Okay, that's very words. Thank you very much. Thank you.
My pleasure.
No problem. Thank you for being courageous and asking. But yes, I'm really glad that you like our project. Any other, let's say, community member who would like to ask a question? I can hear some dogs up there.
Hello?
Hello, yes?
Yeah. Okay. Hello, Adrian, first of all.
Hello.
I just read your the white paper, and I saw a lot of things in there. Great white paper, by the way. First of all, I want to ask about the deflation. Do you have any deflation politics for the CLP? Because, as you know, it's the most important part of the token or the altcoin. So I want to learn about the deflation politics or your systems.
Yes, excellent question. I always love to go into details about the tokenomics because that's my specialty. So when the first stage of our app, there are just artists launching their token and you buying them. The second phase is when we have this internal market where you can trade or swap any kind of token for any kind of other tokens. But basically, all the transactions within our app are between two parts. We have the utility token, the CLP, and then you have the unique RSTs for each artist. And when you trade them, every time you trade them, there is a small fee of 3%, and it can get even lower if you are staking at 2%. You have a 2 or 3% fee, which has multiple usages. One of them, actually half of that, which means either 1% or 1.5%, gets burned every time. Every time somebody invests in a in an RST, every time somebody does a transaction that implies either RSTs or the CLP, half of the transaction fee gets burned. So that means that we're continuously burning our own token every time we have activity on our platform. And with a lot of artists launching their artworks on our platform, that means that we're going to have a lot of tokens being burnt, which means deflationary, which means the token value would go up because you have lower supply.
Okay, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Korhan. Thank you for joining, Korhan. Okay, any other questions on live? This will have priority. Hey, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. I have a question for you. Have you considered the partnership with Parity for NFTs?
Well,
that's a very good question.
Elisa is one of our, let's say, most active members. She has been with us since the beginning. Let's put it that way. We are discussing some sort of a partnership in that direction.
Yeah.
I hope that answers your question, Elisa. Thank you. Okay. Any other questions?
I have a question. Hi, Adrian.
Yes.
The platform is obviously legit, but what are you going to prevent artists or well, pretended artists from scamming investors? How are you going to control that people trying to raise money are legit? So I'm not talking about the fans or the investors. I'm talking about people who are trying to raise money on Clapart.
That's a tough question, and I always love tough questions. So there are two ways through which we're doing this. First of all is the fact that for a few months, and we're still reserving the right to say exactly how many months, because we need to test this. For a few months, we're going to manually approve every artist. That means that not only will we have all their data and they will go through a KYC and we will know how many people they have in their following. Not only that, but we're going to have a signed legal contract with that artist, which allows us to interrogate their accounts. It allows us to have a very good control of the data regarding how much money they make. So we're protecting the community. We're protecting the community through our legal experience in the industry, to our expertise in data gathering, and many more automations which are on the way. This is the first part, with the fact that we're allowing only manually approved artists. In the longer term, we're working on solutions that will literally not allow people to scam in any way. So by creating automations which allow us to direct debit their account or create other types of automations. By the way, one of our advisors is VP of product at UiPath, one of world's biggest robotic processes, RPA, robotic process automation companies in the world. So we're looking at solutions to automate this flow so that it is literally impossible for them to do any kind of scams. So with this, there is literally no way, not in the close future, and in the long-term future, possibility for artists to scam their audience. And last but not least, obviously, I don't think any artist in good faith would want to do that, because that means his or her career as an artist is publicly destroyed. So from all points of view, I have a very high confidence that all of the fundraisers on Clapart are going to be very legit.
I forgot to mention the partners also, Adrian, and the good thing you said about UiPath. Just FYI, I forgot. Yes. Okay, any other questions? Thank you for your question. Anyone else? I think I'll start to read some of the questions here from the top. If you have a question live, go ahead. You can interrupt me. Just interrupt me if you have any question, and I'll continue reading. From Silvio, how will this project will affect you with other projects like Lancheria, with the share time with the Lancheria projects? I'm gonna answer for Adrian right now, Silvio, because I am also involved in other projects, and I put my heart out to each one of them. The quality is the same. I know Adrian has been involved with a lot of big projects and international projects as well, and I think he is highly proficient and highly, let's say, professional to manage his time and to give best for each and every project, just like I do.
Thank you very much for your introduction, Alex. But it's simpler than that. Obviously, maybe this was not the place to say it, but my official collaboration with Lancheria ended. So I was hired as being part of Lancheria to help them with their product vision. And this whole discussion is a side topic, but I'm going to say it. And they are going to deliver a very nice product. By the way, so I salute the guys in the team. but my job there was finished. So the project is supposed to be out very soon, and my job there was done. And I decided to withdraw from the team in order to fully dedicate to Clapart. So this is exactly the reason why I decided to withdraw from the project. Also, the fact that I delivered what I had to deliver. But thank you very much for your question.
Yes. So everything is, without any filters. Everything is done normally, organically. Thank you, Silvio. Thank you for your question. I also believe this project is a good one. I have been watching it. I know people from there. So yeah, congratulations. And I'm pretty sure Adrian did a good job there. Now let's move over some other questions. Any of you want to go live? By the way, the live questions are a priority. Deb here asks, how do you intend for the new artists who do not have a fan base behind them to be at the same level of those who already have supporters? I think we somehow discussed about this, but yeah.
This is it's a bit of a loaded question because it starts from a point which is simply not true. I mean, obviously what we're going to do is the fact that we're exposing the new artists to a community of people willing to invest in them if they believe in them. So it's like, having a community like in Parity. You have people in your community which are eager to see which are the next project brought in your seed accelerator, right? In your seed incubator. So this means the community is already there and we're just exposing new artists to the community. And the lovely part is that in time, and maybe not from the beginning, but in time, the community of Clapart is going to be populated more and more and more by people that they know what they're doing when they're assessing a new artist. Because obviously, to be honest, one of the types of guys that will make a lot of money on Clapart are going to be art appraisal people. I mean, people that really, they see, this is really quality stuff. And those guys, they're going to make a lot of money because they will know in what to invest, and maybe they will become something like local influencers. So this is what we can do for emerging artists. If you're at the beginning of your career, let's say you play a very good guitar, but you didn't have the time or the money to make a band or start recording, and if you're really good, we can give you exposure to Smiley's community, to other major singers community, and all of that. And obviously, people that they know music, they will recognize talent. So this is what we're doing for the emerging artists. But does that mean they will have the same exposure as the leading artists, the living legends? To be honest, no. But it's normal. You cannot expect somebody who's really new at the industry to have the same level as a living legend. Obviously, we're trying to give them the chance to prove themselves, but it's also part of the artist's effort to promote himself and to show what he's capable of.
That's great. I think the time is about to be, it's about time to close the AMA, but I will try to be really fast, and hopefully, Adrian, you can give short answers. From Minku, I read in the white paper about the innovative protocol. What exactly, how exactly does it work?
This is a very interesting topic because it's, let's say, at the core of our innovation. So the RST, the royalty share token, when we researched this project and we were thinking about how to build it, obviously everybody was talking about NFTs. And there are other projects trying to do a similar thing with royalties only through NFTs. But the problem with NFTs is that you don't have liquidity. So you either have an NFT controlled by one person or an NFT controlled by a DAO, but it's still one thing. It doesn't have the liquidity of a market, of a free-floating market, a tokenized market. So we decided to tokenize the rights to the royalties. And in order to do that, and in order to deploy this kind of tokens very fast, very streamlined, and very efficient, we created this protocol, the RST. And more than just that, when we're talking about the RST protocol, I'm not just talking about the actual deployment of the tokens. I'm talking about also the whole full circle of gathering the data from the platforms, redistributing it back through a smart contract. I think this is the core of our innovation, the fact that we can track how much money the artist does with that, distribute it back, people invest it, and then it goes on like this. And it's a positive virtuous circle. And yes, I think this is, let's say, the beating heart of the project.
That's great. Well, there are a lot of questions here. I'm not sure we have the time. I'm gonna just pick one. How is your security level controlled? And I think by who is controlled? I think they're referring to the Certic. I could see that you have the Certic partnership, the biggest and the best blockchain auditing company. I think that's the question. Hopefully, I'm right.
I would say this is only part of the answer, because obviously the audit that Certic did on our smart contracts is very relevant, but it doesn't stop there. So in terms of let's say cybersecurity, we're going to have a separate audit on our product itself, not just on the smart contracts. We're also going to dedicate a lot of funds. You will see in our tokenomics, we have funds allocated to bounty campaigns, bug bounty campaigns, white hat hacking, and stuff like that. So we're going to put our protocol and our app through a gauntlet of challenges, so that when it's out there, it's going to have an airtight security.
That's great. There are still more questions. I'm not sure. I'm going to select just one. That's it. I'm going to scroll and just pick one randomly. It's going to be hard. Sorry, Adrian, I'm trying to figure out which question to ask. Oh, my God. Let me see.
By the way, guys, thank you very much for all your questions.
I think some of... Yeah, I think a lot of questions have been answered, to be honest with you, Adrian, throughout our discussions. Are you a global project or a local project? Clearly, we said you are
definitely
a global project.
Global. Yeah.
Well, the website is translated in 4 languages. They are attacking 4 areas like Romania, Turkey, Latin America, and the US, and more. I think we can wrap it up, Adrian. Once again, tomorrow at 5 p.m. UTC, the Clapart project will be live on herityc.io, and you can purchase their tokens with a one-time limited supply of 50% discount, because we value Clapart and we value our partnership, and of course they are within our community. So tomorrow at 5 p.m. UTC, I think it's around 8 o'clock Turkish time, but I'm not sure, or 8 o'clock Romanian time. We will start the seed sale. You just need to have your Parity token, BNB Smart Chain, $1 or $2 for gas fees, and BUSD Smart Chain to make an investment. And of course, I see it as an opportunity, not only in the pricing, but also in the project. We will select 3 best questions. The ones live have a priority, and we will tag the people and provide the rewards. Thank you, Adrian. I think you have the last, let's say, words as ending. It was an awesome AMA. I hope you guys liked it. We will switch actually in 10 minutes on the Romanian channel. Hopefully Adrian has a little bit more energy. I know I have. I drank 2 coffees. So we will start in 10 minutes on the Romanian channel. Adrian, you have the mic for the last words.
I could only say thank you very much for being here, guys. Thank you for your amazing questions. It really shows that you know your stuff, you know how to evaluate a blockchain project. If you have any other questions about us, feel free to drop into our Discord or our Telegram. And I mean, feel yourself at home and let's do stuff together.
I'm sure you guys will. Thank you all for joining. I will stop the recording and see you on the Romanian channel.
Cheers.